Hi guys, welcome to Tasha React. Welcome to Tasha React. I hope everybody's doing well, everybody's doing good in the hood. My name is Tasha. If you don't know, I have another channel called Tachassociety. I have actually two channels, but I have a channel called Tachassociety where I do just beauty, anything beauty related. You can check me out over there. I always leave a disclaimer. If the person comes up to me and say, "Hey girl, I don't want you sharing my video," I will take it down because I don't care. Officially.
Hey y'all, it's Shine International here and I'm back with another video. Today we'll be talking about where I've been for the last 2 years. Before I even get into everything, if you're gonna judge me or come in my comments with the negativity, I would appreciate it if you just exit stage left. It's fine, there's no hard feelings, but I don't have time for that. I'm in a good space and I have no regrets. Period. Let's take it back to 2021. I didn't make an announcement about this, but I was moving to Los Angeles, California. I closed my shop down. I was going back and forth to Los Angeles for like weeks at a time. I was looking for apartments. I was waiting for my lease to end in Atlanta. Then after that, I was going to fully move to Los Angeles. I was taking bookings in Atlanta. Then I was taking bookings in Los Angeles. I was working at a high profile shop and I was doing heads of influencers, TV celebrities, stuff like that. That was the dream for me. It was gonna be a new start for my content, for my hair, just for everything that I had going on. One of the
You go ahead, girl. I love seeing it. I love seeing it.
times that I was in LA, I received a call. One of my co-defendants had just got locked up. And I was like, no, for what? They was like, well, that's not all. Basically, you're on an indictment to me and another co-defendant. It was 3 of us in total. I got indicted for a white collar crime. I just was at a loss for words because I wasn't in Atlanta and I was in LA. I didn't get locked up. They didn't know where I was. And at the time, I was not ready to go to jail. Like, I wasn't ready to turn myself in. I decided to stay in LA. I continued life on the run because I wanted to move to LA so bad. Like, y'all don't understand. Disclaimer, it was an old case. I already left that life alone.
Girl, y'all are so brave. I don't know how people just like be on the run because baby, I'm so scary. Like, I would always think like somebody's following me or somebody's watching me or I'm gonna get arrested here. Like, baby, I respect you because baby, my scary ass, me, Tasha, the scary girl, I'm so scared. I'm like, oh, who's watching me? Thou art. Alright.
I wanted to move to LA so bad. Like, y'all don't understand. Disclaimer, it was an old case. I already left that life alone. I just changed my life completely. So that's why I was wondering, like, why now? Like, why when I finally get myself together and I don't do it anymore? I'm not breaking.
It's because the fact that like when your life is like at a, like, you know me, I always want to give inspirational. I always want to be inspirational. But when your life is so good and you used to do bad stuff, I really feel like God tests your loyalty. Like, let me see if I take everything from her, if she's still gonna praise me, if she's still gonna thank me. I really believe that. I believe God strips us till we don't have anything to see if we're worthy of what he's gonna give us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do.
Rules. You being a good law-abiding citizen. Why do they decide to come get me now? That was my thought process. I was so resentful. I was so angry. I was so hurt. I didn't know who to tell. I was only on the run for 4 months. It would take less time for me to get it over with, do my time, finish probation, all of that, than it would for me to be on a run, not enjoying life. So I knew that eventually I was going to turn myself in. I just wasn't ready at that time. And I wanted to take advantage of the fact that I was ahead of them, because I got tipped off. You know, the feds, they come knock your door down. They don't let you know that they coming for you, nothing. So while I'm in LA living my life, I'm just sad. I'm depressed. Like, during this time, I went to Cardi B's party. During this time, I was just out with celebrities. I was taking a Greyhound back and forth from LA to Atlanta. I was going back and forth still, but not as often. I still had clients booking, and that's where all my stuff was. While I was in Atlanta, I wasn't staying at my house. I was staying somewhere else. This day we went to the store, to the liquor store, and we decided to drive my car instead of her car. And I was in the passenger seat, so dumb. And they pulled us over. Oh, we're pulling you over for tents. But then they asked for her ID, then they asked for my ID. I said I didn't have an ID. They asked for my name. I gave them a different name, which will remember that. My friend's scared, I'm scared, but I'm trying to calm her down. Another car pulled up. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to jail. So they come to the window, my window now, and they like, oh, we need you to do a fingerprint.
They ask you for the fingerprint, girl, you going to jail. They gonna lock my friend up. They gonna lock my friend. She be like, yo girl, I don't know you, but you my friend.
And I'm like, why do I have to do a fingerprint if y'all pulled us over for tents? 10-15 minutes later, they came back. Not the one who pulled us over. Another officer opened the door and was like, you're under arrest for false impersonation and you have a federal warrant. And so he told me to get out the car, whatever. He asked me why I gave him a fake name. And mind you, I gave him my real first name and just a different last name. And so I came up with a whole spiel, like, I'm in the process of getting my name changed, whatever. I'm standing outside. I didn't get inside the police car yet. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what's gonna happen? Because it was a weekend. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be in there all weekend, whatever. He comes back and he's like, I got good news and I got bad news. Which one do you want first? And I was like, the good news. He was like, well, the good news is we can't confirm your warrant. And I'm not gonna take you in for the false impersonation charge. And I'm like, okay, good. He was like, the bad news is the fact that you still have a federal warrant. So if I was you, I would call them and figure it out. How that happened, how that played out, I started crying. Because I just couldn't believe it. Because he really could have.
That's what I said. Like, there's some cops, they're so nice. Like, I remember one time my friend was driving, her car, her license was suspended, baby. And she didn't know. Like, she really did. And I'm like, yo, I didn't check, you know, whatever. She's like, she didn't know. I don't know. And she's telling the cop, like, yo, like, how do you know if it's suspended? I don't know. I was like, what? Like, honestly, I never knew about stickers, expired stickers in the back of my car until one day a cop pulled me over and he said, ma'am, your sticker is expired for 2 years. And I said, what is a sticker? What are you talking about? I said, my license, my plates? How's my plates expired? I said, no, ma'am, the sticker on the plates. I said, oh, baby, I never knew none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, baby, there's some stuff like, there's some cops that's really, really nice. And there's some cops like, get out the car now. Like, yeah, I never experienced, honestly, I have experienced, that's a story time too. But I have experienced some, you know, but never towards me. Never towards me.
They took me to jail for false impersonation, and then they would have been able to confirm my warrant later on. But that, the story don't end there. Okay, boom, so they let us go. I told my friend, I'm like, I don't think I can stay at your house anymore because they know who you are. She still had a Florida ID, so she was like, they don't have my new address. I said, this is the feds we're talking about. This is the feds. They're gonna look you up. So I'm like, okay, I need to get back to LA because I'm not ready to turn myself in yet. I still had a couple clients to do that weekend. So I booked my bus ticket to LA for that upcoming Monday. Why? The day before I was supposed to leave, they came. First of all, my friend went to her car for something. They ambushed her when she came out the apartment. They was like, is such and such in there? And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. They was like, listen, we know she in there. If you don't want to go to jail and if you don't want us to ransack your crib, go upstairs and tell her to come outside. She comes in and she's scared. She's like, listen, they about to knock the door down. please just turn yourself in. Just go out there and turn yourself in.
What she do? Did I miss what she said she did? Because if the police is coming to you like, yo, I'm gonna break down the door, like, what you do, sis? Because dang, all that, like, yo, they're gonna break it down and come get you. Like, what you do? They act like you were like a mass ooter or stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, baby, whoa, there's a lot going on.
So at this point, I was tired of running. Like, I don't know how anybody could live a life like that, but that life was not for me. Like, I was scared all the time. I was always looking over my shoulder, always feeling like somebody watching.
That's what I said. I'm like, how do y'all, like, I never understood how people go on the run. Maybe I'll just tell myself, because my anxiety, I wouldn't even be able to sleep because I'll think they're gonna break down my door any day. Like, I don't know. Like, I be seeing people like, yo, such and such is on the run. I remember one time this dude brought this dude over. That was a long time ago. And this dude was like, yo, nobody's supposed to know he's here. He's on the run. And you got me here? Oh no, please. I'm going to my house. I'm going to my house because if the police ask me, I'm going to be like, he's in the house. He's in the house. Where we running to? Cause now you on the run. Now I'm an accomplice. Knowing that you are running. They're going to put me in jail with you. No, he's in the house. He's on the run. He said he's running. Baby. Okay.
Not for me. I just end up saying, F it. Like, I'm just going to turn myself in. It is what it is. I put on some clothes. They didn't even want to let me put my shoes on. They was at the door waiting for me. They was like, why didn't you turn yourself in when you found out, when you got pulled over on Friday? Why didn't you just turn yourself in? And I'm just like, no comment. And it wasn't even the feds y'all or the marshals. It was the county. The county people took it upon themselves to come and get me because it just didn't sit right with them. Mind you, keep in mind that it was 3 of us. The second co-defendant got locked up probably like a month after my first co-defendant. So I was the last one. So I ended up going to jail. I didn't have a bond. My case is out of Miami, so I had to wait for Miami to come and pick me up or get extradited to Miami. I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. So the next day, the detective that was on my case came and picked me up and took me to the federal holding center that's in Atlanta. While we driving, he telling me we had your social media. We knew that you went to Cardi B's party. We knew this. I said I wasn't in Atlanta. I didn't know. He was like, oh, you were in Atlanta. We was pinging your car, but my friend was driving my car, not me. He's like, oh, there's a big chance that you're gonna have to go back to Miami and sit. Like, if they extradite you and don't release you, that means that you have to sit. You don't get a pre-trial release. So I'm like worried. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I cannot sit in jail. Like, I should have just turned myself in. At least I would have been able to be released until, I got sentenced. Well, that same day was my bond hearing. At a bond hearing, the prosecutors and the defense is basically arguing as to why they should not let you out. They brought up the fact that they was calling my phone. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. They was calling my phone, they was texting me, but I was blocking them because, like, since when do the feds text your phone? That's spam. They were saying how they kept calling, they kept texting both of my numbers, and I wasn't responding. I blocked them. Then they said that I used a different name when I got pulled over that Friday, and that's what got me put on house arrest. And this was the start of my whole journey, because now that I got caught, it's like everything was, the process started basically. So even though I knew about everything that was going on, and like me and my co-defendant were friends, we wasn't supposed to be talking, but we were. It wasn't real to me because I didn't start my process. So once they put me on house arrest, put that band on my ankle, it was a wrap. They allowed me to stay in Atlanta because I was living there for 5 years. I got to go back to my house. I got to drive my car again. It was like good and bad at the same time. I was on house arrest for 10 months before I turned myself in. In the event that I had just used my real name, I would have been able to just be free. Like, I would have still been able to travel. I would have still been able to move around. But I honestly feel like everything happens for a reason, and I needed to sit down. And one of the charges that I had was a mandatory 2 years. So I knew that I was doing 2 years off the rip. I could do 6 months. I could maybe even do a year, but 2 years, that's like, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to start over. Like my profession is something that I have to be present for. I'm gonna lose my clients. It was just a bad time for me. And I was depressed. I was depressed. I didn't get out of bed. I was canceling clients left and right. I didn't care about anything. I was paying my bills late, not because of money. The money was in the account. I had a good amount of money. I got to the point where I just stopped caring about everything. So we're gonna fast forward. I had got sentenced. They sentenced all of us to 2.5 years, and I had 2 weeks to turn myself in. And I was not ready. Alright, y'all, this video is getting kind of lengthy, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified for part 2. Join the international gang. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Alright, well, sis, I can't wait to see part 2. You better turn yourself in, sis. I hope you turn yourself in. No, sir. But, you know, I don't judge anybody. Like I tell people, who am I to judge? Maybe you could always be in that situation. You never know. Never know. That's why I never say I would never. I never. Because every time I say never, that happened to me. So, please check her out. I always leave the information down below. Or leave it here or here. If the person comes up to me and say, hey, girl, I don't want you sharing my video, I will take it down. Because I don't care. Alright, so we will follow up with a part 2. I do have a lot of videos, so the part 2 will probably take a little bit, but we will follow up with the part 2 of her channel. Please like and comment and subscribe. You know I'm very big about supporting, and yeah, I'll see you guys